Hello, thanks for joining. I got a ferry mission on the CubCrafter November 9er 1356 from the middle of nowhere. Actually, it's not nowhere. It's Pinnacle National Park. It's a California condor endangered species area where they regularly fly in this area. Pilots are required to maintain 3,000 feet terrain clearance when over this area. So I'm not quite over it, am I? Let's get this party started. Okay, standard procedure. Let's turn on the master and the avionics. The mixture rich. There's no primer. I'm going to put the fuel gauge into left or right. And as usual, there's only like about 12 and a half gallons each side. So short amount of fuel. The magneto's on. I'll turn on the alternator and we're gonna fuel pump. Oh, I got fuel pressure. Good, good, good. Okay. Pitch is forward, mixture's in, and the starter button's over here.
Appreciate your help today, Cap. It's Chris here. Today's lucky bird heading to Lost Hills Airport is this charming little ex-Cub. The owner had to get her aircraft repaired over there. Now it's ready, so she needs someone to fly it back to her. Mrs. Grimes, the owner, is expecting you at the destination on time. Now give this beautiful bird the VIP treatment it deserves. Take care.
Okay, Nelson taxi.
Oscar 2 Tree Traffic CubCrafter's November 9er
the brakes.
1356 is
The
taxiing
brakes.
to runway tree 6.
These are the brakes. You can press control space or you can touch below your seat if you can see it. Okay, let's go taxi to the runway. And then I'm supposed to take off on runway 36, but I'm on a taxi. It looks like everybody else has been taxiing here, so I'm on a taxi here. Because I'm already headed north, so might be able to take off with 20% flaps from here. But you'll see I got a taxi down to the end of the runway. I'm not announcing takeoff because as soon as I move up, it tells me to taxi down to the end of the runway. Oh, wait.
Oscar 2 Tree Traffic CubCrafter's November 9er 1356 taking off runway tree 6 south departure.
So I'm not taking off runway 36. I'm not at 36. So I'm entering the runway and back taxiing. Make a U-turn and align with the runway and then take off runway 36. Do you see any condors? No, probably not. Okay, so 36 is kind of that way. And before I take off, I want to put down, should I put down 2 notches of flaps? I could take off 1 notch. 1 notch should be fine. But 2 is 33 degrees, so yeah, 1 notch is fine. I thought I had more. Okay, taking off. Power up. Now the stick, you want to hold it back to keep the tail on the ground so you can steer. Once you get up to about that speed, you can let the tail come off the ground. And it's, oh, come on. Oh, it's already going. Already flying. Okay. I don't have, first time flying this one in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, so I put up the flaps. I can get more speed. Trucks. Sounds pretty good. I like that sound. I'm going to turn to the right because there's a lower hill here. Oh, I got to contact ATC and make sure my transponder's on. Yep, transponder's set green there means it's active. Pretty bumpy. Climb to 11,000.
Oakland Center CubCrafter's November 9er 1356 is type CubCrafter CC 19 1 miles northeast of Oscar 2 Tree 1,600 feet. Request flight following. CubCrafters November 9er 1 Tree 5, 6 Oakland Center. Squawk 5742. Squawk 5742 CubCrafters Tree 56.
Whoops, I got it wrong. 5742.
CubCrafters Tree 56 radar contact 2 miles east of Oscar 2 Tree, 2,600 feet, altimeter tree 0. 18.
This actually has an autopilot too, so as you can see, the autopilot controls down here. And I am going to set it up to climb up. Fighting this weather, I should probably fly more.
6. Did you hear my last transmission?
Oh, yes, I do.
Roger, CubCrafters Tree 56.
Can I ask for IFR? Because I'm going to be up in the clouds at 11,000. Yep, IFR clearance. Oh boy. Cool.
Oakland Center CubCrafters November 9er 1 Tree 56 3 miles southeast of Oscar 2 Tree, 3,500 foot. Request IFR to Kilo Lima Oscar. Sierra ready to copy. CubCrafters November 9er 1 Tree 56 is cleared to Kilo Lima Oscar Sierra Airport as filed. Squawk 5742.
And acknowledge.
CubCrafters November 9er 1 Tree 56 cleared to Kilo Lima Oscar Sierra Airport as filed. Squawk 5742. CubCrafters Tree 56 readback correct.
I don't
Radar
really need the map, do I?
4,600 feet, altimeter tree 0.
Trying to get back on course,
heading
but
125 resume own navigation climb and maintain 11,000 feet.
yeah. I think 11,000 is
Turn
safe
left
altitude.
heading 125 resume own navigation climb and maintain 11,000 foot CubCrafters Tree 56.
Yeah, it's well above the minimum safe safe elevation, so in this area. So 6,000, 7,000 probably be better for this airplane, but I like a challenge, so we'll go up to 11. Some of the things I can set up, so you can do actually a split, so I don't need to have this stuff in here. So I'll turn this off. You click here again, and then if I go split, you can have the map here or stuff like that. So, you know, waypoints. Oh, yeah, I don't need to do that. I don't know how to get out back. There we go. Alright. Oh, go home. There we go. Okay, so we're almost on course. Now, there's a CDI here. And there's actually, this is the yaw, so I'm climbing up. I should adjust my rudder trim. Oh, there's no rudder trim. Cool. So I have to push on the rudder to keep it centered. So that's the most efficient way to fly the plane, is to have that centered, more streamlined, and you're not flying sideways. You've got somebody that might be feeling different about that. So when you're climbing up, there's not an FLC on this autopilot, flight level change. Trying to follow the needle, keep the needle, the CDI centered. This is also the same as how far off you are on this. The middle of this is the CDI as well. So I call it the needle. Getting in the clouds, you want to maintain focus on the, I forgot what it's called now, attitude indicator. So it's going a little bit too far, so we got to turn it, get centered, keep it centered. You watch that and fly it. It's easier, so easy to lose practice in flying when you're always just push on the autopilot, or you're looking out the window. RPM, let's put the RPMs back. I usually do 2,500. That's typical for a lot of airplanes. 200 feet to go. I'm going to set up the autopilot once I reach that and level off. Okay, fly to pattern entry. Okay, altitude, hold, nav, mode, flight director, whoops, flight director off, autopilot on. So, autopilot's on, following GPS at the altitude. It's going to go down a little bit because I'm above it. Adjust my RPMs down a little bit, about 25. So 7.5 gallons per hour. 25 is usually 75% power. So this is the EGT exhaust gas temperature. So yeah, they are going up a little bit. This one looks the highest. You pick the highest, and once it peaks, then the assistant will tell you that's the peak and record it. And then if you pull it out too far, it'll start to go colder, and that's a point where it's lean of peak. So I'm leaning it out further until it peaks, and then I can either go forward on the mixture to make it rich of peak, or I can keep pulling it back a little bit to have it lean of peak. Turbocharged engines prefer the lean of peak, I think. I get the impression of that at least. So up to 1500 degrees, 1520. Oh, there. It's lean now. So 5 degrees lean of peak. 10 degrees lean of peak. I didn't touch it. So 10 degrees lean of peak is pushes it up the high. I want to go rich of peak by about 20 degrees. I'm turning it in, and it's not going down either a little bit. See, we're at peak. Now we're a little bit rich of peak. And doesn't hold that. It should have held that. Twist my head around. So we're down about usable fuel flight level. And this is usable fuel 3 point. When you're sitting on the tail, the 3 point means when the main wheels and tail wheels sitting on the ground, that's a 3 point. So this is the fuel, the 3 point fuel reading, and this is the flight level when you're flying straight and level reading. So we're down to about 5 gallons of fuel here. We were just above 10. And I'm running in the left tank. So the right tank still has about 7.5, 8 gallons. So oh, there's a fuel calculator. Cool. Endurance is minus 29. I didn't change anything, so no wind range is 47, but we have 36 knot tailwind, so that's good. It still says negative. So 2 miles further.
CubCrafter's Tree 5-6 contact Oakland Center on 128. 7. Good day. 128. 7 CubCrafter's Tree 5-6. Oakland Center CubCrafter's November 9er 1 Tree 5-6 11,000 feet.
CubCrafter's November 9er 1 Tree 5-6 Oakland Center altimeter tree 0. 15 radar contact continue.
And keep that up.
CubCrafter's Tree 5-6, you can cancel IFR. Continue VFR to your destination.
Again, I don't want to cancel IFR yet. I'm still above the clouds, and I might need some assistance getting down. The weather report on the EFB was LIFR. IFR coming down through the clouds.
Kilo Lima Oscar Sierra Traffic Hub Crafters November 9er1356, 10 miles northwest 6200. Ford inbound to land runway 16.
Wow, look at all those solar farms. At least it looks like that. I don't know. Power, grid right on the corners. Yeah, it says solar farm on the map. So, yep. Quite a lot of them. I don't have full flaps either, so that's full flaps. Yeah, I see the runway. Max flap speed. The white range is flap speed, my friend. It looks like it's paved. Let's see what our wind is here.
Kilo
13
Lima
knot
Oscar
crosswind.
Sierra Traffic Hub Crafters November 9er1356 is on final runway 16 to land.
Really bumpy. This is a real challenging landing. Turn off the flight director, it's annoying. So, it's a really narrow runway with a really strong crosswind. Let's see if he can do it, folks. Look at that sock, that wind sock up there. I don't know if you can see it. I took off a notch of flaps, so, whoa, stutter. Okay. Nope, bounced. Stalling. Undesignated landing area. I didn't land on the runway. That was quite the challenge. Oh, but it says I'm here. I didn't ground loop it. If I exit the runway, is it? Yeah. Because you exit the runway, it triggers something into sequence that takes it off of the sequence. Okay, I exited runway, stopped the aircraft.
I know your flight was challenging. I'm glad it was you. I would have had a rough time. Thanks for taking care of my ex-cub for me.
Parking brake on. I've made it. I guess. It still says fly to the airport. Okay, let's turn things off, I guess, first. And pull out the mixture. And, oh, I couldn't turn off things. No. Okay. Congratulations, mission successful. Yeah, I agree with that. I at least get 3 flap extension max speed and undesignated landing area. It's a B. My first B. Oh, I'm devastated. Hey, have a great day, guys.